everyone, this is Ep20, and welcome to episode 20 of Ep20's Let's Play Create series. Yay! Create Above and Beyond is having a good time. I am currently... Actually, we want... Boop, boop, boop. This plus this equals the 21 mechanical crafters we're going to need to... get started on Chapter 3 more so than we have so far, right? So Chapter 3 is what we're going to focus on today, at least the beginning parts, and I'd like to get up to the point where I'm automatically making the singularities. That's kind of the plan. So let's talk about what that's going to look like today. Does that sound good? So I'm going to want some drawers. I'm going to want a bunch of stuff with me ready to go kind of deal. And we're probably also going to want what I would say is maybe a healthy-ish amount of utility pipe things. So I think I might even be ready to take one of these, chop it up into this, get at least 2 of these low extraction modules, and then we'll decide, you know, if we need more stuff going on here, right? That's looking good. We've got some hoppers. Yeah, I think we're cool. I think I've got everything I need. If I don't, we'll figure it out. Between episodes, I made another windmill. Haha! In preparation for today. How great is that? So my plan is thus. I'm going to kind of start building out what I need to build to get the next tier of components in this general area. Effectively, I'm working towards inductive mechanisms. So in order to get inductive mechanisms, we're going to need a chromatic resonator, which is very much like the saws and the screwdrivers, right? It doesn't get used up, but I'm assuming it has durability damage, and I'm also assuming that there's an infinite version that's available for purchase in the store, which I've been mostly ignoring thus far in the series, probably to my own peril. I'm sure a lot of you at this point have left comments on videos saying you should be doing more store-related things, and I mean, at some point, sure. But right now, I'm just having fun kind of playing with Create. I'm just having fun, so I'm going to do my thing. So reminder, in order to get radiant induction coils, we need to get radiant sheets and pass them through a single mechanical crafter, which seems pretty easy. The mechanical sheets are pressed versions of refined radiance, which need to take chromatic compounds and light them up. They will consume light sources like glowstone or torches. We need to get magenta paintballs in order to make these chromatic compounds. We're going to need 4 mechanical crafters for that. The magenta paintballs are crushed versions of chromatic singularities, and we basically have variable chances to get these things. Now, the good news is that we can use item draining to get some chromatic waste. And basically, what we want is magenta, and we will either get magenta and or other colors, and the other colors can be item drained. So we're basically going to have to filter them so that, you know, the pink the blue one turns into magenta, and you can get blue from green, and you can get green from yellow, and you can get yellow from red. So basically, this is the order in which the colors work, and we get this chromatic paintball by combining some dye with the quantum singularity. Seems pretty cool. Now, we're also going to need some bone meal. We're going to need some ender dust. We're going to need some gunpowder, all automated, because in order to get this paintball thing, this quantum entangled singularity, we're going to have to drop it with some ender dust and blow it up with some TNT, just like in regular applied energistics, right? Now, we get these singularities by crushing wheels. So because I don't really know how much space footprint I need, I'm basically going to build this in the same way I built the Tier 2 contraption, semi-organic, just expanding out from here, with the goal being that, and it's a little bit backwards, but we're going to build out in this direction so that effectively, ultimately, the end result item will land in a chest over here-ish, and then I have to manually bring it over to there. And when I say manually, I mean eventually we'll have a piping system. And Applied Energistics is totally in the pack, so we will absolutely at some point be able to, you know, do an AE system and have this be like an import bus or something like that. But for now, it's not a big deal for me to come over here, grab a bunch of items out of a chest, and drop them in here. That's not the end of the world. Especially considering the fact that these things are just basically infinite at this point, which is cool, right? It's cool. I'm assuming everything is behaving itself over here, and yes, it does seem to be. The only thing that's not automated on this production line is the insertion of charcoal. These charcoals have to be put in here manually, which I've been doing. Again, a little bit of manual, but not the end of the world. Cool, so let's get started. So my thoughts are thus. What if we were to start with a mechanical crafter set up here to make the stuff we want to make, right? So this is the crushing wheel again. We're going to get this thing ready to automate, and that should be good. There you go. Perfect. And let's get ready to automate this guy. So as a reminder, we're going to want a little tiny gear thing going on here. What I'm thinking is we could probably, let's place down our toolbox and get ourselves a tiny and a large gear. And I should also get ready to sleep through this night, because somehow it's always nighttime in this pack. I don't know how or why, but it feels like every time I start recording, it's nighttime and I have to sleep. I should just set it to daytime always at this point. But then I'd get yelled at for cheating, so no, I won't. All right, so you need to spin... yeah. Let's just... Yeah. How about this? Little, gears, gearboxes. I could absolutely, by the way... a few people have mentioned this, and I want to draw attention to this right now. Some people are saying that I should be doing this with gears. Other people are saying that I shouldn't use gears, I should use belts because of rotational energy. In this pack, it was set so that using belts does not cost rotational energy. And I'm going to prove that to you right now by getting a stress meter, and we'll see if that's true. And I believe I was told, and again, I'm just validating this, but I was told that this was such a welcome change that the authors of Create decided to make it a change going forward. So in this pack, in 116, this is true, and also in 117 and 118, this will also be true. So can I just stick you right here without much of a problem? Yes, good. All right, so no stress at all. 8192 stress capacity remaining. Okay, if we were to do this with cogwheels, okay, we are at 7856 remaining. And that's because of my mechanical crafters that are each using 16 stress units. Okay, if we were to do this with belts, which in my opinion are cheaper than cogwheels, we're at 7856. So the same number, right? So, in other words, YouTube commenters who keep telling me to stop using these belts because they use stress units, no, they don't. They do not use stress units in this pack. It is true that they use stress units and Create regularly. In this pack, belts do not use stress units. And again, the authors of Create saw that that was a welcome change, and a lot of people liked that a lot. So they wound up, just sticking with it. So, cool? Cool. Now that that's all cleared up, we can go about our business of inserting items into this thing. So first off, let's have the output designation. So I'm thinking maybe we want our output here. Does that sound cool? So we'll rotate it so that everybody goes up there, down there. How's that look? That look cool? All right, good. Now, in addition to that, let's set up our pipes that are going to insert items into this thing. So what I'm going to have is this. I'm going to place something like this, right? Because if we look at the crushing wheel, which is what we want to automate, this should be a drawer full of sticks. So if I were to get a lock and throw sticks in here, that would be cool, okay? Now, in addition to that, we're also going to want cobblestone, okay? And the cobblestone needs to go into all the other mechanical crafters. So there's two ways we could do this. We could have these guys pull, but then we need pullers on each. I think the best way to handle this would be something like this. If I were to say that and that, that would be cool. Yeah, that's what's up. Let that connect. Okay, I don't want you or you to connect. I don't want you to connect. I don't want you or you to connect. I don't want you to connect. And I don't want you guys to connect. So that in theory, and probably not you, in theory, this is one piping system, and these are another piping system. And that kind of works for me. I think that's cool. And what I could have is you, and then what I'm going to place here is going to be my Igneous Extruder. I made one between episodes. I think I made one like 3 or 4 episodes back, but I've been having fun with that system and this stuff and all that thing, all the things. And I've yet to actually place it in the world and use it, but I've literally got my buckets of lava and water and the Igneous Extruder itself ready to go. So we're going to now set this up. And what I'm also going to do is grab semi-manually for a minute, and eventually we'll figure out a way to do this in a more automated fashion. But what I'm going to do is something like that. Yeah, that should do. That should do. Cool. So effectively, we've got automated sticks. We can obviously make sticks with all the wood that we're producing as well. But if I just came over here and did doo-doo and put all the sticks in there, boom, we've got many, many stacks of sticks. And then my Igneous Extruder is ready to go. We're going to stick this guy down. And he is not going to receive any redstone or controls, but what we are going to do is stick a bucket of lava. Hold on. No, not nullifier. Igneous Extruder. It's a little bit of a thing. So in order to make cobblestone, we need a water and we need a lava. Yes, I agree. Can I not just with the clicking? Requires an adjacent lava source and cooling. The block beneath may also affect the production. Really? That's different. Isn't that different? I feel like that's different. I'm tired of the flowing water sounds. Much better. That's different, right? Isn't that different? If that's going to be the case, what I would like to do then is maybe put this in the ground. How's that? And then we can put the water and lava like so. And you're going to make cobble. Sweet. Now I'm going to go ahead and test this out by doing that. And my hope will be that these guys all want to behave themselves. That's looking pretty good. Yeah. And it should only accept 1 item per. I see backstuffing, and I don't like that. I don't like it backing up. It looks like it's trying to insert into... We want the prevent over sending. Which one allows prevent over sending? Think about search with a hashtag? No. Let's see. From Pretty Pipes, higher tier versions of these prevent oversending. What else can prevent oversending? Higher tiers prevent oversending. Automatically prevents oversending with the stack limiter module. I might want to do that. Damage filter, data, mod, filter increase, low crafting. Yeah, so here's what I think I'm going to do. Maybe the round robin sorter. But I think what's happening now is it's oversending because higher tier versions of these oversend, or lower tier versions of these oversend. And that's not ideal, right? So we don't want that to happen. So we either want to put stack limiters in all these, which would mean we need about 21 stack limiters, which isn't the end of the world, because stack limiters are easy. It's the utility pipe tier, right? This is the one that does the stack limiter. So all I need is a few andesite machine casings, which I think I could pull off easily enough. Cool. Sweet. You guys continue doing your thing. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make... That way it'll prevent items from popping onto the ground and being messy, and it'll also speed up the production because it won't send an item, bounce back, and then try and resend, right? So what we're going to want to do then is take these kinetic mechanisms and turn them into andesite casing dudes. So let me get a few more of these, because that never hurts. And then you, and then I'm going to put away all but 4. Would be 16, 20. And we realistically need 21, and we already have one, so that should be good. So that would be you guys, and then the 21 stack limiters. Okay? And then we'll set each one of these input pipes to only allow one item in. Deal? Should work. Should work. Right? And I'll do basically... this. This is going to be very tedious, so I'll be back in a minute when I'm done. Oh, and pro tip, you don't have to click on the connection between the pipe and the block. I can click here to insert it, and then access it like that, and that should be fine. Cool? All right, let's see if I am correct about this. I now do this, and he should start extracting. He will go and put 1 in each slot. And then once all 5 slots are filled, he'll automatically craft, which is cool. And we can speed this up a little bit if we so determine. And that's going to spit out to the side here. I should throw a chest or something down, right? And that should make my crushing wheels. Okay, and as soon as that's done, this guy should start piping out more cobblestone, and we should see no more bounce backs. Boom. Now he should behave himself. See how we didn't have any bounce backs with the sticks? That's what I would expect for the cobble to do now, right? And let me clear out any cobble that's around there from earlier, just so we can validate that this is behaving. But he looks like he's behaving, right? He looks like he's behaving, which is good. Super good. Sweet! Unlimited crushing wheels! How cool is that? How cool is that? All right, crushing wheel automation complete. Step 2. We now have to crush our crushing wheels. We now have to crush our crushing wheels. Right? And we're going to set up a similar thing to what we did earlier, where we can crush our crushing wheels. I'm basically going to have a belt here. I might want this to be higher, so here's what I'm going to do. Let me rotate you so that you go out that way, and that you go up that way. So that I can have the output of this thing be up there. Does that sound cool? And if I'm right, that should now go up there. Okay. And what we should be able to do is something like that. And then I want my... this dude to go like that. Cool? Okay. I like that. Okay. Now I might be able to do something with cogwheels or something here. We'll figure it out. But the gist is that I'm going to want my gearbox ready to go. Okay. And let's say I can probably tap gears right into this guy. Right? Yeah. All right, so that's the opposite of the direction I want. So we'll just have to deal with that a little bit. I'm sure I could figure that out. I'm not too worried. How does this look? That looks right to me. So if I were to put an andesite funnel on you, would you behave yourself? So he's definitely, you know, working. I would imagine he's working. Now, I can speed this up, don't forget. Like, that's 100% a thing we can do. I'm assuming that you're working. Oh, you know what? I think I need to... that. Yes. Oh, look, hey. Haha, look, we did it! Singularities! Wow, that's fast, too. Okay, cool. Let's break you, because I don't want any more singularities spitting out. But that's cool. Look at that. We've got our first singularities. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, and that's fast. That is fast. All right. So let's go through our list here, right? We've automated cobblestone. We've automated crushing wheels. And then we've automated singularities. Cool? So those are some of the first steps. And what I'll probably have then is something here to here with belts. I'm sure I can figure out a solution here. I should cut down on the number of gearboxes I have, to be fair, but we'll figure that out in a sec, how I can do that. It's a little messy back here, but it's me. Well, you should be used to this by now. You should expect this by now. You should 100% be like, oh yeah, no, it's dire. It's going to be messy. We know. We're not shocked. Not even a little bit. Yeah, no, you guys are definitely... I mean, it's relatively compact is my problem. What I could probably do is just a vertical gearbox and a gearbox. And you know what? I bet I could use those sequenced gear shift things too. The sequencers. Yeah, I always forget about those. I always forget that they exist. But in case chain drives also work for this purpose, and I guess that they're slightly cheaper than gearboxes, one could say. You could make the argument that they're cheaper than gearboxes. So if I wanted to... couldn't I just do... this? Yeah, but then he's reversed. Right, because I needed that gearbox to be there. I do need this to be a gearbox. Cool. So I think we're fine as we are. Does that work? I think that works, right? So then when I put my andesite funnel on this dude, he starts, you know, making singularities that go into chests. Or drawers, for that matter. Huh? How cool is that? I like that. I like that. So look, that's infinite singularities right there. Assuming I feed this thing sticks, which is all I need to do. I feed it sticks, it makes singularities forever. That is not too shabby. That is not too shabby. All right, so that's step one. Now I just want to test something. What happens if this gets backstuffed? Because I'm not actually sure. And I would like to know. Does he stop running up there, or what's the deal, right? So I put cobblestone on the belt so that the belt would get backstuffed. Okay, so he's got a singularity sitting in the wheel controller, and then he's got a crushing wheel that's going to get output here and then get stopped, right? I just want to make sure that this thing... So see how there's a singularity in there? I want to make sure that this thing actually backstuffs appropriately. And it looks like it does. So that's cool. So see how everything's stuck right now? Because I put cobble in there? I'm now going to remove the cobble, and everything's going to be allowed to run again. Cool? Now, do andesite funnels respond to a redstone signal? That's a thing that I would like to know. Because if so, that would be cool. I'm going to hope that they do. And I might do the speed up with sequence gear shifting, because this isn't super fast. We'll see. Now, here's my next question. Can I just put two crushing wheels directly on top of each other? And if the answer is yes, can I then turn cobble directly into sand? Because that's the next thing I need to automate, according to the book. Sand, right? So I guess we'll find out. Yes, the redstone signal works. So this is going to start making crushing wheels for me. Crushing wheels take a lot longer to make than singularities, so I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's just leave that dude chilling there. And this guy has, wow, 20 singularities already. Kind of like it. I need these, by the way, these rose bushes. Let me clean up some of this area, because I think the next thing I'd like to do is build... I think behind this, I would like to have the crushing wheels for the sand. And so eventually what we need to do is take these singularities, controlled explosion where singularities and ender dust are combined. See if you can come up with a circuit to continuously blow up these dropped item stacks. Note, ender dust and singularities are consumed in a 1-to-1 ratio. They do not have to be in the exact same location. One TNT can transform multiple sets of ingredients. The result will drop at the location of the singularity item. So we have to combine singularity dust with ender dust and then blow it up with TNT in a way that hopefully doesn't destroy the machine that we're blowing up. So that's cool. Yeah, so we're going to have to figure out a way to handle this. And hopefully I can. I have access to the vacuumulator, and I'm pretty sure with thermal I have access to a way to filter that. So I'm thinking we could set it up so that quantum entangled singularities can be picked up, or at the very least we would have to blacklist regular singularities, because I know these have NBT once they're made, and it might mess up the filter. So we'll probably have to just say, like, you're not allowed to pick up, you know, TNT or ender dust or whatever, right? So, but first step first would be sand. So what I'm thinking is we've got singularities here. What if we made the TNT, like, in this general area? Like, this could be our TNT area. And then we could set up, because I'm pretty sure we can do TNT with automated, right? We could do this for TNT. Yeah, so we can make a few more of these, and we would need to automate the gunpowder. So how about here's where we'll automate TNT with the goal of having the TNT export chest be around here. Hello, sir. Yeah. How do you like my awesome sword that I got, guys? It's the best. It's the best. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. And then over a little further back in this general direction, right, is where we can set up the fern processing, right? And that is, we need to get one of each slimy fern, and then we need to cut the slimy ferns into 2 slimy fern leaves, and then the slimy fern leaves can be dropped into the spirit fire from occultism to turn into a slimy fern. So this is very similar to the process we did over here, where we're just constantly doubling, right? That's probably what we're going to wind up having to do, right? And that's the same for all 3 kinds, because gunpowder we get from one of these dudes. So your slimy fern leaf turns into slimy fern blend, and then we cook it into bone meal, okay? That's the blue one. The green one turns into gunpowder over a campfire, and then the purple one turns into ender dust over a campfire. Which, by the way, can I use that to make ender pearls? Not really. It's a shame. It's a shame. It would be cool if I could. Anyway, that's the process, right? So what I'm thinking is here for sand, and then here for the slimy ferns. And then they'll all come together to make our stuff right about here-ish. And then they'll all be ready to be combined in a way. Maybe. I hope that works. I don't know. We'll see. Long story short, I need to do a lot of terraforming. I have to clear out that territory area over there and flatten out some terrain. So I will come back in a minute once I've done that. Actually, you know what? We're really close to the wrapping up point for this episode. So how about we just wrap up here and I'll do that between episodes. I'm going to say that this is a good starting point. I do want some of this stuff, and I'm probably going to want to put away some of the other junk that I have and maybe craft a few more things. So I'm going to come back next episode, let's wrap up here. I'm going to put away some of the stuff we don't need necessarily at this moment. We'll come back and we will start making the sand automation and the slimy firm automation next episode. That'll be my goal. Like I said, my hope is that I can chain these two crushing wheels together. So literally, like, imagine this, but with another crushing wheel on top of it. And you drop cobblestone into the top funnel, and it boop directly down into gravel and then directly down into sand. And then we can kind of, you know, combine that into one little process. That would be cool. If I can't, then we'll figure out another way to handle that. But for now, it's a wrapping up point. So Ep20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Gonna, like I said, clean up my inventory by clicking this button, which I love how cool that is. Can we just talk about how cool that is? I love it. And then we'll come back next time to play more. All right, for now, take it easy.